want to show you how to play Take It to the Limit by the Eagles. If you want the letter notes for that, go to LetterNotePlayer.com. I have them there for you. Let's start with the introduction. The introduction kind of sets up the harmony for the entire song. We're in the key of B, and we start off with a B, and the bass is going to go B, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, and then E, D sharp, C sharp, B, B, D sharp, E, F sharp, E, and all we're going to do is harmonize in the right hand with thirds. So we're going to go right up, B and D sharp, C sharp and E, D sharp and F sharp, E and G sharp, and then walk it back down. So that's all we do to start with. Nice and slowly. Then you've got a triplet here. B, C sharp, D sharp, F sharp. Go. So you're going to go B, C sharp, E, D sharp, F sharp, E, D sharp, and then A sharp and C sharp, G sharp and E. So you will have an F sharp chord with the third and the fifth right there, and then an E chord with the third and the fifth, G sharp and B. So the bass will go B, D sharp, E, F sharp, and that's what they play right there. So they go in contrary motion. Right into that, resolves into that F sharp chord, and then the E chord, and then we resolve back to the B for the melody right there. So here it is all together. Now we're into the melody. The melody is going to be D sharp, F sharp, F sharp, D sharp, C sharp, C sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, C sharp, B. Do it again. This time we go F sharp, D sharp, C sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, D sharp, C sharp. Then we go D sharp, F sharp, F sharp, B, 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 G, C sharp, D sharp, C sharp, D sharp, C sharp, B. And then we've got thirds. G sharp and B, A sharp and C sharp, B and D sharp, A sharp, and C sharp. Then we've got a pre-chorus that has F sharp, G sharp, F sharp, G sharp, G sharp, F sharp, D sharp. And then it slides off to B, C sharp and B. D sharp, D sharp, C sharp, C sharp, B, 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 G sharp, F sharp, F sharp, D sharp, C sharp, B, D sharp, D sharp, C sharp, C sharp, B, 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 G sharp, F sharp, G sharp, F sharp, D sharp. And then we've got a little turn there. E sharp, E, D sharp, C sharp, B, B, G sharp, F sharp, F sharp, D sharp. Then they repeat this. D sharp, G sharp, F sharp, F sharp. Then they hold that D, G sharp, A sharp, G sharp, F sharp with a turn. And then the chorus. D sharp, G sharp, F sharp, F sharp, D sharp, C sharp, B, B, G sharp, G sharp, F sharp, F sharp, D sharp, C sharp, B, B, G sharp, B, G sharp, G sharp, F sharp, D sharp, D sharp, C sharp, B. So the chord, and then there's some repetition of that throughout the song. So we get into the melody here. We got a B in the bass. And all we do is walk up. Dee da dee da, dee da da da, and put that left hand right with it. B, C sharp, D sharp, E. And when you hit this, then hit that E with hit the G sharp and walk it back down, down, and then you pick up the melody on that C. Walk it back down so that F sharp goes with the B. And what we're going to right there is like a D sharp chord. Think of it as an E flat chord, but you got a G in the middle right there, so you got D sharp, G, A sharp. We'll go down to a G sharp right there. And then we walk that up with third. Go down to the F sharp and then hit this. Right there you've got, it's an open fourth there, C sharp and F sharp. So what I do is I hit that once, and then I take the melody right off of it. And that D sharp and F sharp go together. And the open fifth, C sharp to G sharp. And hold this back. Up the bass, hold that E, then walk it back up. Now here you're going to walk down. So you got to G sharp, F sharp, you've got that E held. Walk it back up. Then you go to D sharp. And you drop down to the F sharp in the bass. Hit it again. Now we're going to hit pulse. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's right. How many you got? And in the middle you're going to go. So the last one you hit the D sharp with it, and then go to an E, and then B, C sharp, D sharp, E, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, B, and you'll end there, and then we go into an interlude right there. So let's go to where we have that sustained G sharp. Now here we go. So to get that up to tempo, and you walk it right up to the E. Then everything lifts off. We have an interlude that's just like the introduction. And then the second verse is almost identical to the first verse with slight variations for the words. Point out that you've got that A and C sharp there. Other places you have A sharp and C sharp making a major right there, a sound, but here you've got an A sharp and a C sharp because you're just walking it down into that E chord. Get in a hurry. that there's only a couple of places here that it changes. So there's some extra notes in that first verse. But here you got do-dee-dee-da, da-dee-da. See, the first verse they have just a slight change. So it's just a 1 B right there. And then just 1 D sharp. So I wanted to play through that so you can see that once you get into that pre-chorus, it's just the same as the first one. And it goes into that chorus the same way. Now this is where it's different. So what we're going to do there is we're going to have a G sharp and then walk into an F sharp G. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And on that 13th note, you'll be an F sharp. And then we're going to go into open chords here. So we're going to have an E and a B, open 5th, and then an F sharp, A sharp, C sharp chord, F sharp chord. Because that C sharp sets us into the tag. Now we're into the tag. Every time, they do this about 7 times, but every time they're going to come in with this B. Every time you're going to come in with this B. And the last one of those pulses, you're going to add the right hand. And then you go up to the E, and then you slide right back down here. So it'll sound like this when you get into that, when you get to that B. Once again, you want to hold it back. You don't want to drive that because it wants to go forward, but to hold it back. Now here we've got a descant D sharp, C sharp. And then they've got an added. Descant again. Now this time it's just a triplet. Now this time we're going to hold the B. It's like a descant hold on that B. One vocalist just holds that B. Here he lets off. We've got the descant D sharp, C sharp, and then a G sharp, F sharp. This is the last time. So here we we go. We stop the left hand. And then we close it out. So to close it out, you're going to have that C sharp and you're going to hold it. You're going to hold it on the C sharp, suspend it through, and then resolve it to the B. Instead of going right down to the B. And while we're doing that, we're going to go from a C minor chord, we're going to walk it down, D sharp and F sharp, C sharp and E, into the B chord right there. So we're going to just walk that down and then play the whole chord, and put your right hand into the melody right there. There you have it. Take It to the Limit by the Eagles. Hope you enjoy playing it.